Well, y'all, we did it again. We really did it up this time. So it's Saturday morning. I moved the trap. So the trap's been moved all week. When did I move it? Tuesday maybe? Wednesday? Tuesday, I think? Wednesday. Anyway, it's been moved a couple days. I had that big group of pigs, a couple big groups of sows and little pigs come through. And so, but when I moved the trap, nothing has come in. Those haven't come in. There's been, let's see, night before last, I saw a group of, let's see, I'm not too blacked out. So I had a group of, I know the group came by the edge, because I got one picture of a couple of little pigs right around the edge of the trap, but nothing inside. I've had one big boar come in the trap night before last. So I came down yesterday evening and I put a bunch of soured corn right in front of the trap door and then right in the edge of the trap, thinking, man, that's going to be just, that'll sucker them in, and then they'll all go in, and that'll be enough to pull them in. And so we've had some weather come through. It actually didn't rain as much as they said it was going to, and supposedly we're going to get some more. We'll see. But all night last night, nothing. Actually, that big boar came in. It's killing my arm. That big boar came in at like 5 o'clock. And he didn't stay 2 minutes in the trap, and I never heard the phone go off. So I was kind of down on myself this morning. Shoot, man, I was hoping Saturday morning I'd have a bunch of pigs to kill. Nothing happened. So in the kitchen cooking breakfast and cooking some bacon and sausage, which is seems fitting. And my phone goes off, and it goes off twice. And the way that JagerPro app works, for some reason I get a notification every time it takes a picture. It receives a status update, and I get a notification about both of those. So I knew something had fired the trap. I opened the app, and I had 2 pictures, and it was a drove of hogs. They were all, it's full, the gate was full of hogs going right in the trap. And the next picture was all them hogs right in the front edge of the trap eating soured corn. I was like, holy cow, man. And so I didn't look, I didn't wait, I didn't anything. That was the most pigs I'd ever seen in there. So I went ahead and fired the gate. Well, then of course, on pins and needles, so I've got, I sent that picture to my dad right before I fired the gate, and he said best he could count, he counted 34 pigs. And so we went ahead, had to finish eating breakfast, and so now I'm coming up on it now, and I think I got them all in the trap. I've actually left both the cameras set up on this trap, and so I haven't seen any other little ones around the outside, but I'm going to be real careful about approaching and slip up there. Like happened last time, I want to make sure if there's any outside of the trap, I can pick them off. But we're going to have a pile of pigs this morning, man. It was crazy because when I opened that and I saw that picture, I had buck fever, man. I was shaking, just the pure excitement and anticipation. Oh, man, I'm fixing to fire 30 pigs. That'll be almost in this week. Depending on how many, that's pushing 50 pigs moved off this property, gone from this property. That's pretty spectacular results. I'll spin you around. So this is you can kind of see it's kind of a low area down in there, and my trap is right through there. So I'm gonna stop right here, grab my 22, and we're gonna slip up there and make sure that we don't have anything slipping around the outside, and then we'll see what's in the inside. Probably could have pulled right up to the edge. The wind's blowing pretty good again, but I don't want to risk it. If there's any pigs not in there, I want to get them. I can hear them in the trap. We should be able to see them in just a second. I don't see any on the outside of the trap. I think we got them all, which is pretty dang awesome. hogs are bedding down. I can't tell. 1, 2, 3, 6 or 7 adults. Let's look down there. I don't think there's any on the outside edge of the trap. So I think we're safe. Crazy thing is they have no clue I'm here. That wind's blowing right in my face. That is a pile of pigs, y'all. Man. If that don't get your blood pumping, you better check with the coroner. They just noticed me. Do some work now. Hey y'all, so I apologize. I didn't give a summary overall, and wound up the landowner, a couple folks showed up after we caught the pigs, and so we kind of got distracted taking care of all of them. But we wound up grand total of 37 hogs in that trap. Man, that's unreal. I've talked to some other people that have, you know, their max was in the high 20s. So and odds are I may never catch another 37 hogs in a trap, but that's off of that property. That's 49 hogs caught in the last week. And I was really hoping, there's one board that's been kind of coming by the trap. He's come in it a couple times. I was hoping I'd be able to snag him. I'm still holding out hope that I could snag him and make it an even 50. Well, ended up being 8 adult females, 8 big sows. So that was awesome. To get those big breeders out of the population. That's a huge impact right there. 13, I guess you call them all shoats, but you know the rest of them 29 shoats, 13 males and 16 females. So you talk about, when you get to talking about having population impacts, that right there is having population impacts. I mean, that's 24 female hogs removed from that population. That's something that when you start figuring out their reproductive potential, I mean that's exponential as to how you know how that population grows. And that's I kind of keep harping on this, but you know that's how something like, you know, being more strategic with this, you know, with hog management and trying to really focus on catching groups of them and catching, you know, especially targeting the females. You can, you know, have serious and long-lasting effects, but it's definitely something that's going to take work, because that, you know, that where I'm trapping is right on a large creek in that area, and you know that's going to be a major travel way for hogs. I mean, it would take serious. A year's time, there's going to be more hogs in there, if I had to guess. So from that aspect, it's kind of disheartening, but you know, focusing on things like that, and if it's your property and you're doing it, and, you know, you can manage and continually keep the system going. And I think that's a way that you can have long-lasting impact, at least on your piece of ground wherever you're owning or managing. So one thing I did want to point out, and I should have done this before. So I've caught 49 hogs in the last week, which sounds pretty darn impressive, and you know, pat myself on the back. That being said, I first set a feeder and a camera out on that property middle of May. So I had I was thinking it might have been a little bit longer than that, but that's that was 2 solid weeks of nothing. Not nothing, but no catches. So you know, I set the surveillance system up, feeder and a camera. Once I had pigs coming in, I moved the trap down there. So it was about a week between, not quite a week between when I set the feeder and the camera up, moved the trap down there. and so it would have been a little over a week again before I actually had pigs coming in. So it was, let's see, May 15th, 14th. And so I made the catches on June 2nd. So that would have been about 2.5 weeks of, you know, basically nothing. You know, seeing some activity on the camera, but not getting to the point of firing the trap yet. And so that puts you know, this week will be 4 weeks that trap's been on that property. So I don't want to give the false impression or illusion that, you know, it's just bing bang boom, you know, a week, 2 weeks, and we've caught all these pigs. I mean, there's been some serious and intentional time, and part of it, truthfully, is intentional restraint, I guess you could say, of trying to making sure you're not firing that trap too soon and missing opportunities at hogs, or not catching all the hogs that you know, that you have the potential to catch, and, you know, creating some trap shot hogs potentially. So anyway, I'm really enjoying it. I don't know if y'all can tell in the videos, I get super pumped. When I fired that trap, I was thinking about it the night before, because I've been, you know, typically they come at night, and that's when I've been firing the trap. And I thought about, you know, when I fire it at 3 a.m. or something like that, doing a quick video, because it takes some monitoring and you know, some effort to stay with it, I guess you could say. But they came in, you know, out of the blue, first thing in the morning, daylight, and I had buck fever, y'all. I'm telling you, when I saw those pictures come in, and I knew all that pile of hogs was in the trap, and I hit that close gate button and knew that I was going to hit that close gate button. I mean, I was shaking with anticipation. That's just, I don't know, I got it bad. I mean, that's catching and chasing and the pursuit of critters like that. I don't know why. I don't know if everybody, I don't know how people can't get that excited or don't get that excited, but man, there's not much that pumps me up like that does. So I don't know what the intent of telling you that was, because I'm pretty sure that y'all can see that in the videos. But man, that's some kind of exciting. I'm enjoying the system and enjoying looking forward to using it some more. So if you're, I thought I would make a mention. You know, in the last several years, there's been a lot of effort and money, especially put into feral hog management, feral hog control. A lot of it directed through the USDA, through Wildlife Services, at managing and trying to control hogs. And I don't know if you're very familiar with the USDA or not, but Wildlife Services is a branch that they kind of, by design, fly under the radar, or try to. You know, they do a lot of, they do all kinds of different work, from, you know, depending on the state and the problems, from beavers and pigeons, geese, deer, hogs, coyotes, you know, wolves and mountain lions, things like that. And they, because they're a federal agency, they get leeways and abilities, opportunities that you know, kind of nuisance trappers and you know, I guess general people don't necessarily have, or may have to jump through special hoops to get. But anyway, that's beside the point. There's been a lot of money put on trying to figure out how and what to do with these hogs. And apparently, and y'all may know more about this than I do, but apparently there's just a lot of grant money available if you have someone or have some knowledge about writing grant proposals and trying to get grant money. And that's actually how I got access to this equipment, is actually through a program that our some of our kind of local NRCS chapters are participating in, where they're actually getting grant money to purchase the equipment, and then they find somebody in the area that, you know, they go through some type of vetting process, because I mean, it's not cheap equipment. You're looking at between just the trap setup is like $4,500, I think, for the, you know, the panels and the cameras and everything. I mean, this is not something that just you're going to go and purchase because you want to start catching hogs. I mean, there's got to be some kind of economic driver to allow you to be able to access this. And I would never have been able to access this without something like this coming along. So, and it just happened just kind of from knowing some people and people knowing what I do and my. And I don't say this arrogantly, but kind of my professionalism, the way I try to carry myself. My name got brought up as a potential person to be trusted with this equipment, and so that's how I have access to the traps and the thermal imaging camera, or the thermal imaging scope, which I haven't yet to use. I got it sighted in, but hopefully one day we'll get some videos on that too. But so I say all that to say, just if stuff like this is you're interested, getting plugged in and knowing some folks around the area, and having a good reputation, maybe opportunities like this may come your way through that. I was not in any I never even heard of this program, honestly, until a friend of mine called me to tell me about it and asked me if it's something I'd be interested in, and so now, I'm very excited about it, and obviously, and trying to put it to good use. And so anyway, I thought I'd just throw that out there that we talked about it before, but reputation and carrying yourself and operating responsibly is important. You never know what doors it might open. Another thing I was gonna say is, I'm curious. I've had some people comment on some of my, and I've seen it on I think one of Stephen Ranella's Meat Eater episodes. They did some hog trapping. Went along with a guy that was doing some hog trapping in Texas, and in Texas, I guess it's pretty commonplace and pretty easy. I don't guess there's any regulations so far as transporting live hogs. Maybe there is. In Georgia, we have you have to get a special permit to transport hogs live. But there's really, that I know of, there's no market for live, hogs like there is in Texas. And so I'd just be kind of curious, any of you Texas folks out there, what's the driver for that? Why? How is that? What is that market? I'm assuming it's a food market. Just curious, what's the driver for that? And I don't know. That's all. There's other states that have plenty of hogs, like Florida and South Georgia has a lot more hogs than we got up here. South Alabama, Louisiana. So I would think that if there's a market in Texas, there may be a market other places, or potential for a market. So just a thought. Anyway, I'm hoping we've gone a couple nights. I had the big boar hog come by the trap last night, but he didn't come through the trap, in the trap. So I'm still holding out hope that I can snag him and round that off to a smooth 50 pigs. And then I've got another surveillance set up on another property that I'm hoping is gonna pan out, and we're gonna be continuing to pick up the hogs as we go. So anyway, should have you another. We're doing a different show now, but have another podcast coming out later this week, and gonna keep the stuff coming. Hope y'all are enjoying this. Hope this is interesting to y'all, and we'll keep it up. So y'all have a good one.